will you be? Don't give up this fight. Tomorrow starts today. All we need is time. Time can pass 1,000 seasons and never give up all its reasons. This new day calls your name. Light up the day with love. We'll find a way as one. Across the world our lives unfold. We're here together. Every moment now, a song to sing out loud. Every road we find, we climb. We are
give up all its reasons. This new day calls our name. Light up the day with love. We'll find a way as one. Across the world, our lives are
and seasons, and never give up all its reasons. This new day calls your name. Light up the day with love. We'll find a way as one. Across the world, our lives unfold. We're here together. Every moment now, a song to sing out loud. Every road we find, we climb. We are
Yeah, see, after like 13 classes, I still always forget to turn my mic on. Now you can hear me, right? Can you hear me now? So lame. Okay, so after good morning, Eve. After what, 12 weeks, I still always forget to turn my mic on. Isn't that crazy? And that's why the thing is, everybody thinks that we've done, like, people who can get into like Royal Crown Diamond or whatever, they're like amazing, can do everything. No, we just learn along the way and make mistakes along the way and try not to make the same mistakes again. So, which I did apparently for like 10 weeks. I always forget to turn my mic on. Well, today we're going to be talking about skincare. I used How Do You Take 10 Years Off Your Face Naturally as a title because a lot of people are quite surprised when they know how old I am. I openly tell everybody that I'm 51 because I don't feel it. I don't think I look it. I'm very proud of my skin. I'm very proud of what I've done. I feel happy. I feel healthy. And that is all thanks to really, honestly, Young Living products. I'm going to show you a photo of me 10 years ago before I used Young Living. I think I look much older. I think not only that, I think it's more like the outlook to life. With Young Living, I feel like anything is possible. That's actually something that I've learned from Gary, is that anything is possible. You can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. And most of the things have been done before. So if somebody else could do it, it can be done, right? So I actually just put Roots and Wings on. I was telling everybody before I turned the mic on. I love this set. Do you have Roots and Wings? I love the smell of it. I love the smell of roots. It's very woodsy, earthy, grounded, and I love the smell of wings. It's much more light and flowery. I think if guys put it on, it will smell very different, and if women put it on, you bring out more femininity. So highly recommend this. Highly recommend this. Now you can see it. So yep. So let's without further ado, I will get on with my presentation. Okay, you all ready? Let's see. Share. There we go. We can all see it, right? Okay, so, oh, why is the timer still here? Okay, let me move the timer away. All right, let's stop the timer. Okay. This was actually originally, as I said, I taught this for my Chinese team. So some of it is from the presentation from Young Living Hong Kong. But because they do some of the slides, they do it bilingual, and they do an amazing education. They have an amazing education team there here, and they do amazing job. So I love to use the presentation. So you'll be seeing some of that. So before I start, well, as I start, I will share with you the skincare that I used to use before I had Young Living. So in the 1990s, which was 30 years ago, I was in my 20s. I was 20 somewhat years ago. I was in my 20s, and this is what I look like, the one in the long hair. You would have to zoom in. I spent a lot of my effort on my skin because my mom has always told me that we got to do prevention before it starts. So you got to take care of your skin before you got wrinkles. You're going to make sure that you clean your face well. These are little tips that my mom gave me. You got to clean your face every night before you go to bed. Otherwise, while you're sleeping, all that dirt that you've collected over the day, through the day, will block off your pores, and then you'll end up after a prolonged period of time, you're going to end up with pimples and blocked pores and inflamed skin, right? And then the second thing that she's always taught me was, other than washing your face at night, you're going to wash your face in the morning too, because through the night your body detoxes, and our skin is our largest organ. So you actually detox out of your skin. That's why some people's face smell in the morning when they wake up. And because of the oil secretion and removing all that dirt, that's why it's also very important to wash your face in the morning. The third thing that she taught me was to drink a lot of water, to stay hydrated, because that's how our body clean ourselves, is to stay hydrated. Make sure that you drink enough water. And it's not ice water, and it's not liquid, it's water. Okay, it's clean water. And Gary was also very adamant about using a filter and drinking filtered clean water. And I think that's very important. If you want to have, like, I believe you want to have good skin and healthy body, drinking water is one of very important thing. Oh, my mom actually taught me 4 things. And the fourth one was to sleep early, go to bed early and wake up early. That I don't seem to be able to do very well. She always strived to sleep before 11, 10:30. In fact, that's her bedtime. And it has been her bedtime for as long as I can remember. Because according to Chinese medicine, your body actually cleans and your liver detoxes starting at 11 p.m. And it's not 11 p.m. If you live in Texas, it's 11 p.m. in Texas, not 11 p.m. in California, and not 11 p.m. in New York, because you have a different time zone. And so for me, I live in Hong Kong, so it's 11 p.m. here in Hong Kong and not 11 p.m. in New York. The reason is because our body actually, maybe I should just look at the screen. The reason is because our body actually, the qi, the energy goes to different parts of our body according to the sun, according to our body clock works with the local time. Our body clock actually works very well with the sun. It's very intelligent. So at 11 p.m., that I actually have another presentation that I talk about this maybe I'll come back here and talk about all of those other presentations that I do. So at 11 p.m., our liver actually starts detoxing. So if you can rest before 11 p.m., your liver can detox properly. If you do not sleep before 11, if you sleep at like 1 or 2, or even worse is after 3 p.m., your body cannot detox, your gall cannot detox, then you cannot break down fat, you cannot break down toxins. And that will all accumulate in your body. It will you end up being like overweight or having adrenal fatigue or stuff like that, negative health effects that you do not want. So sleeping early, it's also really important. So there are 4 things, right? My mom taught me, which I still do, except sleeping early. I wash my face every morning. I wash my face every night before I go to bed. And then I drink a lot of water. I try to drink at least 2 liters a day. And then I'm supposed to try to sleep early, which I think a lot of you will be able to do. So those are the 4 tips that I think is important to have beautiful skin. And then, and because of what my mom has taught me, I've always been very careful about choosing skincare. And I've always been a label reader. As I said last time during the supplement live, I was already sharing that I started taking supplements when I was like 5 or 6, because my dad was really into he's really into supplementation. And so I got a lot of influence from that. So my mom is like this healthy skincare guru. My dad is this ingredient label reader, supplement aficionado. So I grew up in that environment, right? And so when I was in my teens, I already started reading labels, because I remember my grandfather told me that time I spent 1 year living with my grandparents in Canada. And when I was 13, and I remember my grandfather told me, Joanne, you spent so much money on your shampoo, and you know that the ingredients is just like the dishwashing liquid in the kitchen, right? I'm like, really? I didn't say anything, but I said, really? Are you sure? That doesn't seem to make sense. So that was when I started reading labels. And I used to read like 17 Glamour. I grew up reading those American magazines even when I was in Hong Kong. And I remember my grandma one time said, "Hey, Joanne, I see that you read all these magazines every month. What is it?" I gave it to her and she goes, "But all these are ads. They're all just advertisement. Are you paying for advertisement?" And that was when I realized that I was paying for advertisement. And then that was when I realized that the shampoo in my bathroom that I spent a few, like back then, it was probably like, I don't know, like $10. Instead, the dish detergent in the kitchen was cost like what, $2. And then in fact, I did go and I compared the label, and the first ingredient was, first one was water, the second one was exactly the same, was SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, because it's actually the foaming agent that removes oil. And so you can, and I remember my grandfather said, well, they just put all these fancy things, the smell, the perfume, and the color, and the consistency, the texture, they make it feel more luxurious. They make it creamy. So you feel that it's more luxurious. And then they put in this luxurious smell. And then they mark it up 10 times more than you would sell this detergent, right? In fact, that is actually true back then, which was 40 years ago. I was 13, so it must have been like, what, 38 years ago. That was true. Later on, the manufacturers become smarter. They start putting like vitamin B and vitamin E and protein and amino acids into the shampoo, right? And then they start putting glitters, and then they start putting beautiful colors, and they reduce the amount of SLS, the foaming agents. And then, so they make it as if, and then they start putting silicone in the shampoo, right? And then, so it starts making your hair looks very smooth, and that's actually how it is done. And that was when I started reading labels. And so I was 13, 13 and 14. Interesting, right? I've been very blessed. I've got pretty smart grandparents and pretty smart parents. So, and because I was so careful, because that's how I was brought up, I was really careful about choosing my skincare products. And you can see that these are actually the skincare products that I started using in the 90s. you can see a lot of these brands in high-end department stores in the States. Say, for example, La Mer, you can find La Mer, Valmont, La Prairie. Sha is a very, very high-end boutique skincare line. You can find it in probably Nordstrom or Nordstrom, and what's the other one called? The high-end one, Barney's, right? In the US. Is it still there? Like Nordstrom, I'm sure you understand, like the high-end in Nordstrom. You can find these skincare. And then say if you're in the UK, you can find them in Harrods or Harvey Nichols. If you're in Australia, I'm not sure, I'm not very familiar with the department stores. And then they're very exclusive, the European brands. La Mer, I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with. They're expensive and the ingredients are very, very high quality. And these are the things that I used to use when I was in my 20s. And then I got married when I was 30. And so I started really paying attention to the personal care and the skincare products that I was using, because I was trying to get pregnant and I didn't want to affect my baby, because I was also reading about toxins that can pass on from the mother to the baby. So I started using organic skincare products. I remember La Mer back when they launched in 1996 or 1998, if I remember correct. I think it was 1998 when they launched. They had only one jar of cream, and their motto, their logo, like their slogan was, if you want to put it on your skin, you have to be able to eat it. Like if you can eat it, then you can put it on your skin. If you cannot eat it, you should not put it on your skin, because our skin is our largest organ. Because their story was, somebody was like in an accident, they have a skin problem, and so he developed this product. So he started putting on his skin, and then he started realizing that if he wants his skin to recover, to heal from all the burns, he needs to find something that he is safe to ingest, because his skin is the largest organ. And subsequently, he made this La Mer cream, which has really helped him. And then he launched it. And actually, that was when La Mer was a very small company. I think eventually they were purchased by a conglomerate, a skincare conglomerate. And now they don't own the company anymore. They sold it, I think, in the late 2000 or early 2000. I can't remember. So now it's personally, I find the product has changed dramatically. And that was when I stopped using it. Okay. And then because of what their slogan talked about, if you want to put it on your skin, you have to make sure that it's safe for you to eat. That was actually when I started switching to organic products, organic skincare products. And Organic Pharmacy was one of the first ones that I've used. I really liked it. And then I also realized that there is perfume in it, some sort of a very tiny percentage amount of synthetics. It's a UK brand. And then I started looking into biodynamic products. Biodynamic is even higher quality than organic. Organic, in fact, you can only put, sometimes if you use 5% of organic ingredients, you can already label it organic ingredients. It only has to be 95% organic in order for it to be labeled certified organic. So I started using biodynamic, knowing that I started using biodynamic skincare products. And biodynamic, it's an Australian development. It's started by Austrian philosopher Rudolf Steiner. And if you look into it, if you have it Demeter certified, it's actually very, very high quality. But you can rarely find Demeter certified skincare. Dr. Hoshka and Weleda are one of the very, very, very few. However, I still find they're not as efficient and effective as the ones that I've used before. They're pretty good brands. You can find them in Whole Foods in the US. I'm not promoting anything. I'm just sharing, because the thing with me using Young Living is I'm still looking for good products, right? And I use Young Living and I share Young Living because they are good, not because it's Young Living. It just so happens that most of the products in Young Living are effective and works really well. And then the last one before I used Young Living was Amala, which is a pretty expensive German organic brand. They are pretty good. They're not bad. And then I started using Young Living and I switched to Young Living. And this was me, my first photo, taken with Gary Young. This was in 2011 in Singapore. This was how I looked like. It was pretty bad because my daughter, my younger daughter was 2, my older one was 7. I was spending most of my time taking care of them, not taking care of myself. And I was in like tracksuits and sneakers all day, every day, and all day and night. So I guess a lot of new mothers are like that, right? And it was a big thing for me to leave my babies in Hong Kong and go to Singapore that time. But there was such a big drive. So anyway, so these are my stories. So I've experienced with really good products too. Okay. Okay. And then my essential oil experience. I started using essential oils back in the 90s again. The first few brands that I used was Australian brands. And then so Duraleaf, these are biodynamic, not Demeter certified. And this is a German brand that I used to use. And then these are like regular UK brands. We have tons of these products. It's very, essential oils are quite popular in Europe and Australia. Because a lot of Australian is quite influenced by UK and it's very popular in UK. So Newsyard is one of the very expensive brands that I used to use, and Alchemia is a Spanish brand. In fact, Alchemia currently is still more expensive than Young Living. All these other brands are similarly priced than Young Living. Oracacia is cheaper. And I just wanted to show you that L'Occitane, and this is a French brand. It's 5 ml, the 5 ml lavender. It's 14 euros. So 14 euros is about 12 US dollars. So it's not cheap for 5 ml. Young Living lavender for 15 ml, I think is $24. So 5 ml is cheaper than L'Occitane, which is a very popular French brand. Very high quality. I remember when I first used L'Occitane, which was about 20 years ago. I remember the lady, the sales girl, asked me to use it as a first date. And I remember I love cooking. And before I used Young Living, I spent a lot of time in the kitchen. And when I remember burning myself one time, instead of putting the burn cream on, I used this L'Occitane lavender oil because I remember the sales lady told me that I can do it. And I did, and it worked. So that was when I knew that lavender can be used on skin issues, right? But that was the L'Occitane oil, and it still worked. And so when I started using Young Living, I was like, okay, it looks like these are really different, but the prices are compatible to what I used to use. So if Young Living, these bottles are essential oils, the ones that did not work as well, but they charged me similar price, what are those, right? So that's when I really focused on studying and reading about Young Living. That was actually my story. I've never actually told you my story. That was how I actually started studying and researching about Young Living, okay, on the essential oils. And and then on skincare, so because I used to use all these skincare, I was super careful. And I was in Singapore. Remember, I was in Singapore 2011, and I was staying at my enroller's home. Well, she's my girlfriend. She's one of my best buds. My buddy is Patricia, and she lives in Singapore. I stayed at her home, and then I saw in the bathroom a scrub, a face scrub, and I asked her, "Can I try this?" She goes, "Oh, of course, it's really good. Try it." So I tried the scrub on my face, and it really feels good. It feels very gentle. It's not harsh. It's not drying, and it's very fine. So it doesn't feel like I was like very harsh on my skin. So I came home and I bought a skin scrub, and I used it, and I fell in love with it. And then I figured, maybe I can try their skincare. And so back then it was Art Beauty System. I bought the art set, and okay, I need to go back to this. Remember, I was already using like La Mer, La Prairie, and Valmont. These are expensive stuff. These things, I remember the La Mer cream cost me $200 for a jar back in 1998. It's expensive. And the Valmont cream, the cream that I used to use cost $100 for a jar, and I can use it for about 2 months. So this was the price that I was used to paying for, okay? And when I used Art skincare system. I remember it was $128 for, this was 10 years ago, $128 for the face wash, the toner, and a day cream and night cream. Back then there were two. Four things for $128. Before I could use $128 and buy one jar of cream, right? And I was like, okay, this is not expensive. I can buy it. And if I don't like it, I'll just put it on my body, right? I'll just put it on my legs. I thought that was what I was thinking. And for the longest time, every time after I took a shower, I would wash my face in the shower. And when I come out of the shower, I have to go and put cream on my face right away, immediately, because otherwise my face will feel like dry and tall and it would be very uncomfortable. And I used to travel quite a bit with my girlfriends, you know, when you were single and when you have a holiday, you travel and you go away with your friends, right? And I remember my friends used to say, because we'd share a hotel room, and then they say, oh, if she comes out of the bathroom, comes out of the shower, don't talk to her. She got to go put her face cream on. Otherwise, she's going to get like frustrated because her skin is so dry. Okay, so, and I used to be, the skin in my body used to be so dry, I could not sleep without putting tons of body lotion on and waking up in the middle of the night because so dry I had to put it on again. Okay, so that was before Young Living, the pre-Young Living days. And so let me go back to buying the skincare system. And then I used it for a week. And I have a very good routine because I've got two small kids, right? So every day when they're eating their dinner around 6, I would go take a shower. And then they would, after their bedtime, after the dinner time, I'd play with them, spend a bit of time with them, and then put them to bed, right? They sleep early. They used to sleep at like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I remember that day, after using it for about a week, I put my kids to bed and then went back to my room, and I was sitting in front of the computer and I was going like, this feels a little bit dry, but it's not taut and it's not uncomfortable. Have I put my skincare on tonight after I shower? I did not. And I was 40. I was 41. And that was the first time, probably in 20 years, that I do not feel my skin pulling and taut after I took a shower. And I was like, wow, why? What did I do this week? I changed skincare. I started using this Young Living Art skincare. That's amazing. Wow, right? I was like I was 20 years older, but my skin was better. It was very obvious. It was very, very obvious. And so I switched to Young Living. It was cheaper and it was working way better, way, way better. And I've tried many, many different brands. All the brands that I use, really still, my skin still feels really good after I put the skincare on. But if I don't, it's very uncomfortable for me. And so I started investigating why, right? And so why? The things that affect skin condition: aging, hormonal changes, and unbalanced nutrition. Well, I was definitely aging. My hormones were probably changing. I think I finished breastfeeding already, and I was trying to eat really healthy because I was trying to get pregnant, and I ate really healthy for those few years until like the kids were like, I don't know, 5 or 6, right? Because I was already getting used to eating healthy. So what it actually was the difference? I was so puzzled. And so I started doing more research. And then obviously I realized that the skincare industry have put loads of chemicals in their skincare. So our skin actually absorbs 60% of what we apply on it. And they always say that whatever you eat orally, your body can remove, can remove the, the toxins from the poop and the pee. But if you apply on your skin and get absorbed, and it's very difficult to metabolize and to remove from the body. And so an average woman absorbs about 2 kilograms of chemicals per year. This is about 5 pounds, 4.4 to 4 pounds of skincare and cosmetic per year. In 10 years, you absorb 20 kilograms. That's scary. And she puts on her skin over 500 chemicals every day. 500, can you imagine? Like sodium lauryl sulfate, BHA, BHT, parabens and sodium lauryl sulfate, right? And fragrances and everything from shampoos and conditioner to hairspray to skincare, makeup, body lotion, body wash, everything, right? And then washing our hands too, right? So our body actually is overloaded with toxins. I just Googled these, and 26 seconds is all it takes for the chemicals in your personal care products to enter your bloodstream. So what are you applying on your skin? And another thing is, you would think that the government would help ban the chemicals that are not safe for humans, right? They're here to protect us, right? However, in US, and I'm believing, I'm thinking that most of you are from the US. And the US, there are only 30 that are banned. In Canada, there are 500 that are banned. And in the European Union, there are 1,300 chemicals that used in cosmetics that are banned. 1,300 compared to 30 in the US. And that is why when I actually knew this way before, and that's why the brands, the skincare products that I used was mostly from the European Union. So except for La Mer, because they said that they can eat it, right? So 1,300 chemicals are banned in the EU. And so when you choose, and if you live in the US, if you choose a skincare products, you got to be super careful. And Young Living actually bans 2,500 chemicals in their skincare and cosmetics. So they're super careful. And interestingly, you can easily find this. I Googled this 12 chemicals and additives consumed in America that are banned in other countries. Potassium bromate, which is in food, in a lot of food. So these are actually food additives, okay? Because our food is already so overloaded with toxins. And then if we continue to add all these toxins from our skincare products and cleaning products, our body actually is quite overloaded. So this is actually from a law firm. It's called Parker Walshman LLP. It's a document from the law firm that is doing what do you call it? Suing the big companies together. You know, you have this thing in the US, right? So it's interesting, right? And then environmental toxins, right? Hidden toxin exposures, scented candles, air freshener, laundry detergent, fabric softener, fungicide, herbicide, insecticide, pesticide, gasoline, chemical fertilizers, lawn treatments, radiation. So these are already a lot of these toxins we cannot control. And food chemicals, we can choose, but sometimes they can hide it. And did you know that they don't have to put it on the ingredients list if it's less than 5% of the ingredients? So they actually put a lot of, well, I talked about it in the Ningxia Red lesson, right? Propylene glycol is an antifreeze, and a lot of companies put it in their drinks to stop it from freezing. But because it's less than 5%, they don't have to put it on the label. And so we got to be super careful about what we choose. Usually what I do is I look at the brand. So I use it, I buy it, and then I tried it. I'm very sensitive, so I can taste it when there's a lot of chemicals in the food or the skincare. And then if I use one that is good, then I will move on to the other products in the same brand. It's just like Young Living. When I started using Young Living, I actually only started using their Thieves cleaner. And then I moved on to the toothpaste and the mouthwash and the hand sanitizer, and then the Thieves oil. And then with the skincare, I started with the satin face scrub. It was good. Then I moved on to the Art Serum, the Art skincare line. And then I moved on with the rest of the stuff, right? So I hope you would do the same with your products at home. So all these toxins, how do we know that it has gone to our body? And how do we know if we have a lot of toxins in our body? You can actually see from your face and your body. So I show you the face reflexology chart and the body meridian chart because you can see what this reflexology means, right? It's a reflection. You can reflex. So if you've got dark under eye circle, it means that your kidneys and your adrenals are pretty fried. If it's under here, it's in between like the inner corner of the eye on the nose bridge. until here. If it's like dark, it's your adrenals are pretty fried. You gotta like sleep earlier, take like multivitamins, multigreen and mineral essence. You know, go back to the last class and when we talked about adrenal fatigue, right? Adrenals, and then the kidneys, around the eyes, the liver also, and let's see where the liver is. The liver is here. That's why you've got spots in this area. It's actually liver, we call it liver spots. If your liver is overloaded with toxins, you're gonna get like dark spots here, okay? Liver spots, this purple one is the lungs, and then the nose, the tip of the nose is the stomach. It's like if you've got a big pimple in the tip of your nose, it means that your stomach is very heaty. So you can put peppermint on it. And then this is like, so some people, they've got like a lot of pimples on their chin. It means that their bladder and their intestines are pretty blocked up. Yeah. All right. So I actually can tell a person. I told you, right? I think I told you guys, I can see from a person's face whether they're drinking 2 ounces of nature red every day for 3 months. I can tell if they're doing it, and I can tell if they're not doing it. It actually shows because you can, if you've drink it for 2 packs, like 4 ounces a day, if you've drank it for 90 days, you can see the liver and the kidneys clearing up, and you can see this complexion around your face clearing up. And if you're drinking enough water, if you're drinking 2 to 3 liters of water, you can also actually tell from your face. It's pretty cool. And then, okay, so other than the face, why am I showing you the body meridian? Because when we have rashes or pimples or whatever on symmetrical side of the body, it's actually a reflection of something's going on inside. So say, for example, if you have rashes on the outside of your thigh on both sides, it means that your liver is toxic and gall. There's something that your body cannot remove, okay? And if you've got back, if it's like symmetrical, then it's here, then it's probably that you're not drinking enough water, is your bladder meridian. And then if you have a symmetrical thing rash on your arm here, it's your lungs. So I always, when people ask me about their rashes or whatever, and if they show me that it's on both sides of their body, I know it's something inside. They got to clear that. And you can use oils to clear that. You know, you say, for example, if it's your kidneys, then you can use juniper to strengthen your kidneys, juniper and geranium. If it's your lungs, then you can use myrrh and cedarwood, right? If it's, I don't know, I'm just coming up with stuff. If it's your stomach, right? If your stomach meridian is out here, it's out here, stomach, you see this spleen, stomach, SOT. This one on the outside is your stomach, okay? And then you can use digize, right? You can use ginger, you can put it under your tongue, you can rub it on the bottoms of your feet. And with your kidneys, you're getting rashes, then it's this one, the gall or liver, the green, the green, yeah. And then if it's like around here, then you can use peppermint, you can use Juva cleanse. And if you got like a spot here on your face, it's your liver spot, then you can put liver Juva cleanse on your liver, right? Or Juva tone, not Juva flex. I love Juva flex. So that is what we do. And that is why I showed you this. This presentation is going to stay in the group. You can always come back to look at it, to refer to it. Otherwise, you can look these 2 diagrams up, print it out, and use it, right? Amazing information. This is something that as Chinese, we grew up with. Like, I used to go to Chinese doctors when I was a kid already and drinking those horrible confections of Chinese medicine. But I was also taught these when I go to Chinese doctors. They would explain to me, and it's just something that we grew up with. Okay, it's very common, and I would love to present with you this kind of traditional Chinese medical wisdom that has been going on for 5,000 years. In fact, meridians have only been proven by the Western medical community about, if I remember correctly, about 10 years ago, when they finally developed a machine that can measure meridians. Before, they always thought, the Western Medical Society did not believe in meridians. They thought it was voodoo, but it's not. It's very scientific, because Western doctors, the only way they learn about the body before was autopsy, right? After the person is dead. But when the person is dead, there's no more meridian. All the meridians are dead. right? And that's also one of the reasons why, as a naturopath and Chinese doctors, also always very op, 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 they object to having surgery because it cuts off the meridian. And once your meridian is cut off, it's very difficult to reconnect. And that is why. Okay. And that's why we try not to have like cesarean. Can you imagine having cesarean and cutting off these meridians? The kidneys, the spleen, the kidneys, the liver, the kidneys, right? From going from here to down here, the stomach. And that's why after cesarean, a lot of people would have problems with going to the bathroom, from peeing, for removing toxins, pooping, and yeah. So that's why if you have had a surgery, of course, if it's unavoidable, then it's unavoidable. But if you can avoid it, then avoid it, right? Okay. So if you've had like some sort of injury, then you cut across, you actually cut off the meridian. Okay. Anyway, so it's something that I feel very passionate about. Okay. So gave you the basic backgrounds, other tips on glowing skin. First, drink more water, as my mom would tell me. Eat more foods rich with vitamins and zinc. That's mineral essence. That's from last class lesson. Omega-3 and fatty acids. That's our omega J's. And fatty acids. That's omega J's and mind-wise, right? Use natural skincare products. Reduce alcohol, excess caffeine, refined sugar, and dairy intake. If you do, we have essential thyme 4, detoxime, allerzyme, and essential thyme to help you combat this. And silica essence, okay, to curb your sugar craving, and ocotea. And then you got to cleanse your gut. We've got ICP Daily. We've got Comfort Tone. We've got Juvatone. We've got Digest, right? Includes foods rich in anti-inflammatories and antioxidant, right? We've got our Ningxia, and then we got our oils, right? Uptake your collagen intake. Hey, we've got that in the Beauty Collagen, right? Eat foods that help your liver detoxify and help your hormones. We've got Juva Cleanse and Juvatone and Juvaflex, and then we've got Comfort Tone, and then we've got Peppermint, and then we've got D-Lemon, and we've got Ningxia Red, and we've got Multigreen and Ningxia Greens, right? This is what that does. Combat stress is by doing activities that help calm you down. So I recommend meditation, yoga. We've got oils to help with that. We've got stress away, lavender, valor, root of valor. We've got tons. So I did not make this. I got it from the internet. I just loved it because it's exactly what we do. And it's exactly what I do actually on a daily basis. It's a lifestyle for me. Okay. And it's a lifestyle for me, not because I only want glowing skin. It's a lifestyle for me because I want to live long, healthy, happy life, right? It's for me. And if I live long, happy, and healthy, I don't become a burden to my family, right? And we're just talking about it the other day, and I've got some friends who are in their 60s or 70s, and they're talking about why they want to drink Ningxia Red. And they said at that age, a lot of their friends are getting sick. A lot of their friends are going in and out of hospitals, being on medication. And that is a burden on their children, on their grown children, right? They said, if I'm sick, I need my grown children to take care of me. Then they cannot go off to the world and do what they're supposed to do for the world. And I find that there's so much wisdom in that, right? And who takes care of us when we're sick? Maybe our children. And even if they don't take care of us, we worry them. And we don't want to worry our children. We don't want to worry people who care about us. So we take good care of our own health, right? That's why I do what I do. And I love it. I love watching people face change. I love watching their complexion clear up. I love watching people becoming healthier. It's such a rewarding experience. And I'm sure a lot of you do that, right? And anyway, so you can see that when I talk about that, I'm very, very passionate about it. So 10 best natural beauty tips for face. Again, stay hydrated and breathe and exercise daily. So stretching and yoga and breathing exercises. Clean your face, right? My mom was right. And eat healthy. Go natural, skincare products, digital detox. Try to, keep away from your phone for a certain period of time. Remove your makeup before bed. That's important. Stay happy and beauty sleep. Very basic, common sense, you'd say, but not everybody does it. All right, so enough of background information. I think the most important thing if you want to have beautiful skin is definitely Ningxia Red, because I have seen people's face changed because it's all around overall maintenance. If you're, as I said, with the reflex points, if you want to have beautiful skin, if any part of this, liver, eye, kidney, adrenals, feet, ankle, colon, intestine are not well, then it will reflect on your skin. You get pimples, you get dark spots, you get uneven skin tone, you get pimples, you get dark eye circle, you get puffy eyes, and this will get rid of all of it. And according to their research, drinking 4 ounces a day and every day. But before you do that, I want you to take a before photo. I want you to take a before photo and I want you to take an after photo after 90 days. Do that. You will see the difference. You probably won't notice it because you're seeing yourself every day, but your friends will notice it, I'm sure. I can nearly guarantee that. If you're sleeping well, if you're drinking enough water and adding Ningxia Red, you will see the difference. Okay? And then another thing, very obvious, collagen, right? At 35, you started losing collagen. So what is collagen? So this is our skin, and this is the collagen. It's sort of like the pillars that support the skin. Yeah, okay. And at 35, you cannot make any more collagen with your own body, and you start losing it after 30. And then at 40, you lose it even faster. So that's why people start getting wrinkles after they're 45, or some even earlier, especially if they smoke, if they have a lifestyle that has tons of free radicals. They don't know how to do like antioxidants. They don't know how to use antioxidants, or they don't focus on drinking water. Their skin will age faster. And at 55, you're gonna have more loss of collagen and you're gonna start having wrinkles. Okay? And aging. You know what? I can lean in and I can show you that I don't have wrinkles. Let me lean in. And I think there's a filter, but I really don't. So, and I'm really proud of it. So anyway, and collagen is also very important. And when we age, we lose the brightness of the face and we lose the firmness and elasticity, and then we start having wrinkles. I also find another thing is that with Ningxia Red, it helps us with a better mood. So we're in our team, we're doing like a 4-week Ningxia challenge, right? And every week there's some sharing on the Zoom call. And people have been sharing that after drinking Ningxia Red consistently daily, their moods have changed. They're becoming more, they become less frustrated less often. They're in better moods. So I think that's like super important. One of the reasons could be, first of all, we're getting enough energy. Second of all, our cells aren't dying because of the free radicals. The third thing is because there are 4 essential oils in Ningxia Red, right? Lemon, orange, tangerine, and yuzu. All these essential oils help lift mood and lift spirits. So highly recommend that you got to give yourself this chance to drink it for 90 days and 4 ounce, 2 packs, which is equals to 4 ounce, which is equals to half a glass every day for 90 days. And you'll see the difference. Okay. Do yourself a favor, try it, commit to it. All right. So, and another thing is because if you're in better moods, your eyes will sparkle. There's something that I've noticed through my years with Young Living is that when I go to a Young Living trip, there's something that is in common with everybody who's using the products well. And I don't just say oils, I say product, is that they have a sparkle in their eye. And then you can see that they have also all these infinite possibility, as if everything is possible. The sparkle in their eye is like childlike sparkle. And the reason is because with Young Living, if you're using the products really well, you have this childlike sparkle in your eye because to you, everything is possible. And that twinkle in the eye, and that's what it is. Okay. All right. So other than Ningxia Red and other than the collagen, other than Ningxia Red, you also need collagen. And in Asia, I know I've got a lot of APAC members tuning in, and in Asia and in UK, we've got Bloom collagen drink. Okay. And in the US, and Canada and South America, you've got Inner Beauty Collagen. The reason for the difference is because in Asia and APAC region, we prefer drinks, and in the US, they prefer powder. They actually did research, and that's why we have two different products. It's very similar. I've used Inner Beauty Collagen as a powder. It's rather tasteless. It does have a collagen taste to it, but if you put it in something, it can mask it right away. Okay. The reason why we need to drink these together is because in order for the collagen to build, you need vitamin C and zinc and minerals. Okay, so just drinking this may not be enough. Well, they've got vitamin C in the bloom because they've got apple juice and they got put wolfberry extract and essential oils in it. With this product, I think they do put some sort of zinc and minerals in it to make sure that it's absorbed better. Okay, with collagen, you can see that there are actually a few types of collagen. Type 1 collagen is for skin, type 2 collagen is for joint, type 3 collagen is for the elasticity of blood vessels. So type 1 is from fish, type 2 is from chicken or cow, and type 3 is from pork or cow. Okay, and however, I do find that as you can see here, type 1 is more 90% makeup of hair, skin, nails, organs, bones, and ligaments. Type 2 collagen, which is, well, type 1 collagen is your Inner Beauty collagen or Bloom collagen drink. Type 2 collagen is our Agilis, okay? It's made with denatured chicken breastbone. It helps build cartilage and maintain gut lining, supports joint and digestive health, promote immune function, often made from chicken, okay? Type 3 collagen found alongside type 1 collagen in small amounts supports skins and bone health and part of arterial walls and important for heart health. Beef-based collagen is a popular source. Okay, we do have a lot of members who drank the Bloom collagen for the skin and ended up noticing their ligament and bones structures are stronger, which is quite a happy side effect, right? Yeah, so and all our collagen drink and Inner Beauty collagen are hydrolyzed peptide, meaning that they are better for absorption. They are smaller smaller pieces, so they're building blocks, and then they act as a messenger to trigger the synthesis of new collagen fibers in the skin. So it's actually better absorbed, and the way that they have made it is that they have seen that it's absorbed very fast within the first hour. Okay. These are just studies that were shown to us by Young Living Hong Kong. So these are official presentations, these few pages. So cofactor and collagen synthesis, you need vitamin C, zinc, and copper, okay, in order for them to create together. And we've got teammates who said after drinking the Bloom collagen or that they started having pimples. So I did some research on that, and it looks like in the US, other people with other brands of collagen also have that problem, that they create like more pimple issues. And it looks like, from my research, it looks like the body is not having enough vitamin C and minerals to create this bond. And that's why the collagen is coming out of their skin and blocking their pores. So please make sure that you're taking enough vitamin and copper. So Super C is a great addition. So Super C, if you take 2 capsules in the morning, is 1.3 gram in the morning, and then 1.3 gram at night, which is 2.6 gram total whole day, plus drinking infrared, that should be enough. So if you're having problems, having pimples after you take collagen, then you have to increase your vitamin C intake. In fact, the therapeutic dose of vitamin C per day is 10 grams per day, but you have to split up into 5 times. You would take 2 grams each time and take it 5 times a day. Well, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical doctor. It's just something that I've seen in my team, and I'm sharing my experience. Okay. And so how do we lose collagen? Other than age, it's also free radicals. Free radicals will make our body lose collagen. The collagen will degrade. Oh, so that's another reason why we should be drinking a ton of Ningxia Red. And that's why, okay, another thing is our collagen has 10,000 mg per bottle, also preserving for the inner beauty collagen, which is quite high. And and it's also in small molecular size, so it's very good for absorption and assimilation. Our body can use it very quickly. Okay, so with the Bloom collagen, they have wolfberry extract and essential oils in it to help with our liver and help with our body absorbing and using the collagen faster. They're all from a sustainable fish source, collagen sourced from France. Okay, and then with our Bloom collagen, we also put CoQ10 and vitamin E for it for preventing skin photo aging, because Asians like to stay fair. The skin like to stay fair. That's why they put these in to help them keep their skin stay fair. Because apparently, if you take lemon essential oils every day, your skin will become more lightened. That's also from another sharing from our friend, Ivy. She's in the cosmetic and the skincare industry, and she's been doing lemon essential oils under her tongue for 3 months, and she said her skin was obviously lightened. And I think that's also because the D-limonene in the essential oil helped clean her liver at the same time. So these are just sharing that I got from Inner Beauty Collagen. You can see that it's quite obvious. Their circles are lighter in their eyes, and the pimples are less. The skin is basically brighter. In order for it to work really well, you have to at least take it for 21 days to see the difference. The course is actually 90 days. It's 3 months. You can actually really see difference in 3 months. 21 days is pretty initial. Okay. And this is from Inner Beauty Collagen. And other than the collagen, I personally think that these are also amazing skincare products, amazing products for the skin, mineral essence, omega 3, agilis, and silverzyme. Silverzyme is super important. If you want good skin, you have to take silverzyme because of the MSM. The MSM is actually the building blocks for our skin, our hair, and our nails, and our joints. Most people do not get enough MSM because of the food that we're eating. Well, I talked about that last time. So if you want to go back and revise the information on silverzyme, okay? Mineral essence, super important for skin growth and repair. I've got a member who had a big injury, and she was just putting oils on and drinking Charette, but she noticed that with age, her recovery wasn't as good. So she started taking mineral essence, and she said her recovery speed up like 5 times or something. It's just crazy. It was incredible. So as I said about last week, mineral essence is very important. So I highly recommend this. If you really cannot stand the taste, you can put them in capsules. 1 capsule is 20 drops, and you're supposed to take 5 droppers, 5 half droppers. So that's about 100 drops. It's like 5 capsules. So you can do that too. Okay. So these are the supplements that are great for skin. I highly recommend it. And so I think you're getting this also, the series, the Bloom Skincare series in the US, right? And let me show you our testimonial. So before and after, you can see that the pimples under the skin has cleared up after 3 months. And then also the pimples have cleared up. We've noticed something is that when you use this Bloom Skincare set, you don't notice it yourself, but your friends notice it. If you notice it, it's usually because of all these little bumps. Yeah, these bumps, they all clear up. And then this one also, the bump also cleared up. I actually had a big bump here on my forehead. It was sort of under the skin. It was like a scar or something, a pimple. I don't know what it was. It was very annoying. It was a bump. It was darker. And I used the Bloom Skincare wash facial cleanser. And after like 2 months, it was gone. I was so happy. And this, you can obviously that her skin has lightened up much, much more. And then this is what I was talking about, is these dark area around the nose and around the lips. With Bloom collagen, you can actually clear that up. This is our friend Annie. She's from Malaysia. It's very obvious. She's used it for a year. This was May 2020. She was doing both the collagen and using the Bloom skincare set. You can see it's very obvious her skin cleared up. I saw her in May, and her skin has obviously cleared so much. Look, compared to this, it's pretty incredible. Okay, highly recommend it. So if you want to know, and then other bloom testimonials that I have received was about scars, about stretch marks on the tummy, on the body, and they also feel like they have more energy. So people ask me, should I drink it in the morning or at night? According to the studies that I have seen, the research that I've seen, it's actually better absorbed at night. But with our Bloom collagen, there's wolfberry extract in it, and when I drink it, I get a boost of energy, so it keeps me awake. So I drink my Bloom collagen in the morning. You can try that. The Inner Beauty collagen, you can either take it at night or you can take it in the morning. I know most people put it in their morning coffee, but you can also try putting it at night with something, I don't know, some drink or tea or something. Okay. So symptoms of collagen deficiency, problems with the GI tract lining, premature aging, dry skin, brittle nails, cellulite, stiff inflexible joints, joint pain, tendon or ligament issues, loss of muscle mass, poor bone mineral density, high blood pressure. And for women, we seem to have repeatedly heard that it seems to be able to regulate PMS. And also, surprisingly, it has also helped with like back issues and stuff like that. Okay. So I highly recommend, if you want good skin, start with Think Shower at 90 days. The second thing is with the collagen. The third thing is cleansing, right? I love this mint scrub. I just talked about this. It can ease even skin tone. It's super mild. You can use it every day. My skin is very thin, so I use it like twice a week. And then I love the charcoal mask. I don't know if you've tried this. It's super efficient. It's a bit cooling in the beginning. One time I was out shopping, like I was curious, and I tried on a brand of skincare, and they put it on here. Actually, I was trying on the foundation. I don't know why I went and tried foundation. I think it was just, I can't remember why. I was curious. I was just curious. And then they had to wash my face and then they had to put their skincare on. And that night I came back, it was like super itchy. It was already like an organic brand. This was an organic French brand. It was like super itchy. And then it started rashing up and starting getting red. So I put like purification on, it didn't work. I put lavender on, it didn't work. I put like LLP on, it didn't work. And then suddenly, the next day, it was so itchy, right? And it started spreading along the neck, right? And I made a post on Facebook. I was like, I tried this thing in the store, and now I've got this rash on my face. And one of my friends texted me, Joanne, try the charcoal mask. It's detox. I said, oh right, I forgot. So I put the charcoal mask on, and it calmed down right away. And then I left it on for like 15 minutes, and then washed it off, and the rash literally calmed down halfway. And the itchiness sort of stopped, like it subsided until like 10% left. The next day I put another mask on and it was gone. Insane, I tell you. So it absorbs what it does. The white choline, the gray choline, and the volcanic black sand and the activated charcoal actually absorb impurities and purifies and detoxes. And this black sand, it's also very gently exfoliates, and it leaves the skin feeling soft. And I don't know if you've done mud mask before. I started doing mud mask when I was in my early 20s. And usually they're very drying, they're stripping of your skin of moisture. This one, actually, after you've washed it, your skin still feels very supple. It's pretty amazing. You got to try it. And we're just talking about it yesterday. We do like the whole neck and the décolletage, okay? And then we also do underarm, because we've noticed that it can help detox the lymphatic system. So you can do like underarm mask, but then you have to like put your hand up for like 15 minutes. Dries pretty fast. And then you put it behind your knee, lymphatic area. In fact, we've got a team, we're playing with it, and they do it on the bottoms of their feet. Because in Asia, we have these pads for detox to put under the feet because of the reflex points. So they did this under the feet, and they actually feel lighter, the whole body, especially if you got like bloating issues and bloating on the feet and stuff like that. Try it. Very multi-use. Young Living product. You can use it anywhere you want. Okay, so I'm just sharing my experience. You can ignore me if you don't want to try. It's fine. Okay. Bloom Skincare. Why is it so amazing? Because it's actually developed by one of our chief science head, Dr. J. Tu Hu. He's a Japanese Korean biochemistry professor. He now works for Young Living. He is Korean, but Japanese born. I don't know how familiar you are with Korean herbal medicine. Their skincare history and knowledge and wisdom, it's amazing. So, and he helped develop our Bloom skincare. And the Japanese people have the best skincare products. Maybe not the most natural, but they do work really well. So it's actually a collaboration between the wisdom of Korean Japanese skincare secrets, a long history of natural herbs and skincare solutions with the most pure and high quality essential oils and top scientists in our lab, right? So the top quality essential oils technology has been used to develop Bloom, an all natural, no synthetic artificial substance, safe and effective skincare brightening, right? So it's pretty amazing. So I've done some research. This is actually my own presentation from Chinese. So I have put some English on it. It has plumeria, which helps heal and restore. After I've read the ingredients list, I know why it can clean our skin so well. And licorice root extract is actually very good as an antioxidant. It brightens up skin and prevents dark spots from forming. Parkasi seed oil is great for reducing scarring and moisturized skin and reduce stretch marks and scars. It promotes wound healing. And that's why after using that, we can remove all the bumps and actually cleanses well. And it cleanses from the bottom, the under layer. It's pretty amazing. And this, we call it the Bloom Essence. We call it the magic water. And this one has seaweed and algae extract loaded with minerals and helps maintain skin elasticity, reducing fine lines, promoting collagen regeneration, and producing radiance and reducing skin pigmentation. Apple extract, it also contains slight fruit acid to tighten pores and make skin look smoother, rich in antioxidant to improve skin and delay aging. Madonna lily prevents melanin deposition, prevents and lightens dark spots, makes skin tone more even and fairer, increases cell generation, delays in aging, and imparts radiant skin. Sodium hyaluronate, everybody knows that. This helps with reducing fine lines and skin sensitivity. We like to use this also as a face mask. In Asia, we can find the paper mask that you open up with the holes in the nose, and then you can use this essence and soak the paper and put it in your face for 15 minutes, and you'll see the difference. Skin will become more plump, more brighten up. If you can't find those, you can use kitchen paper towel. Just measure your face and cut 2 holes and a nose hole to breathe, and then you can soak it with the Bloom Essence and then put it on your face as a mask. I suggest doing your neck also, because your neck will give away your age if you don't take care of your neck. So you have to do your neck also. Do that and share your experience in this group. Okay, tell me how it works. And then the Bloom Moisturizer. This one I actually like to use. For me, this one isn't as moisturized enough, but it helps my skin stays bright. So cocoa butter, it's like very nutritious, very, very nourishing. Plumeria, Madonna lily, they have both of these flower extract, sea algae extract. So it's amazing. So what I like to do is I like to use this along with dry skin serum, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And after that, so what I do is I wash my face with the cleanser, and then I use this, and then I put it in my hand and I just rub it all over, including my eyes. And then I actually don't have makeup on right now. So, and then I do a pump in my hand, and then I put a few drops of my dry skin serum, and then I rub it together, and I rub it all over my face, including the eyes and the neck. And then I put this on as a protection. I love this because I love how it feels like it's protecting the skin as a barrier, and it helps reduces dark spots, and it brightens up my face. Okay, I love this Bloom cream. Some people like to use it just in the winter, but I like it to use it throughout the year. Okay, and some people like to use the Art Skincare System. It's more for matured skin. This is what I used to use, but since I've discovered the Bloom, I've stopped using this. But this is also pretty amazing. When they first launched it, this was the results. You can see these, just using it, for 3 months. It's very obvious the lines have been reduced. So this was what I used before when I suddenly realized that my skin was no longer dry. And I love the toner. What you can use this toner is you can put it in a piece of cotton and then use it to wipe your face. What it does, it helps you remove the residual dirt from the water, and it also helps hydrate your skin. Yes, you can do that if you want to. And then the Art Beauty Serum and this moisturizer is also very good. I love using it both. If you are elderly, I'd say if you're over 40, you can use this too. I love this one, the Art Renewal Serum. It's like after you put it on, it's like you did like Botox, right? Because it's plump. You can see your skin being plump and youthful, really brightens up. So there are a ton of different things you can try. I would suggest you have to try it yourself to know. What I would also do is currently I'm not, but I can do Art Renewal Serum plus Bloom Moisturizer together. Okay, so I like the serum, but the serum, you use it afterwards, you have to put a cream on. Okay, so you can do Renewal Serum and then Intensive Moisturizer. Before I found the Bloom cream, this was what I was using. It's very, very moisturizing. I prefer this than the sandalwood cream. It helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It helps the skin softer and more supple. It also includes Prakasi seed oil to help even out skin tone and promote deep skin hydration. It also contains apple fruit extract, which can increase skin moisture by 88%. And it's great. It's a great product. You can use this and this, okay? If you don't want to use the Bloom, you know, some people, the thing with Bloom is it removes your tan. So people who love staying tan probably will do better with Renewal Serum and Intensive Moisturizer, okay? Because it really does lighten up your face. And then once in a while, once a week, you can do this mask, beauty mask. It's a paper mask. It helps you hydrate your skin. There's a lot of serum in it. I like to put it on my body too, before I go to bed. Don't waste it, right? You can use this, put it on, and for about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, take it out and then just wipe everything on, or you can just wipe it off with a wet towel if you find it too sticky, okay? And this is what I love to use, is the dry skin serum. I think it's very great price. And I mix it together with my Bloom. So I just put it on in my palm and I put it together. However, this is actually my own secret formula. I have been using this for about 5-6 years. I use half a bottle of dry skin serum, and then I add 50 drops of sandalwood, 30 drops of jasmine, 20 drops of rose, and 50 drops of sacred frankincense into this bottle. So if you buy a set of these, you can use the rose 5 times, you can use the jasmine 3 times, and one bottle will last me like 2 months. So this whole thing will probably last you 2 or 3 months supply. So if you divide that into 3 months, it's not that expensive. I love it. It smells wonderful. It sort of doubles as my perfume every morning. Sandalwood lifts and it firms. It's sort of like a Botox. Jasmine hydrates, rose hydrates, and gives yourself a self-love kind of feeling. It brightens up your face. And obviously frankincense is great for wrinkles. So I do this. So every time when I buy this dry skin serum, I buy 2 bottles. And then I have an empty bottle that what you can do is you can find an empty sacred frankincense or lavender bottle. And then you can just pour this half into that empty bottle and then just make 2 bottles at the time. And then you can not worry about it, right? Sometimes I make 4 bottles at a time, then I don't think about it at all, right? A bottle lasts me about a month and a half, about 6 weeks. So a bottle is like 300 drops, right? If you use 2 drops in the morning, 2 drops at night, so that's like 4 drops a day. Assuming that you just do it twice a day, 4 drops a day, 300 drops, it's 70 days, right? So it takes you like 2 months to finish a bottle. So it's not a lot of money if you calculate it that way. All right. I love it. It's my secret. I openly tell people about it because we share what makes us beauty, right? We share Young Living, and that's part of the reason why I do Young Living, because I love sharing and I love watching people use these amazing products and then becoming better, right? Okay. People would like to ask me what other oils are good for skin. I don't do DIY. I find that Young Living has already developed amazing products for us. So I don't like to spend time doing that because I feel like whatever time and energy I spent on trying to develop my own skincare product, it will never be as good as the D. Gary Young Research Institutes. And let me repeat that. However much effort and time that we spend trying to make our own DIY skincare, it will never be as good as the ones that are developed by the D. Gary Young Research Institute, because they have all the equipment, all the instruments, all the technology, all the raw materials to make sure that we get the best. So I don't use that time. I don't waste my time doing that. However, you can. Some people like to add it to their skin before they put on their skincare. I am more like whatever, I'll just throw them all in a bottle and put it on. So this is actually the only one that I don't put in my beauty serum. I can put, you can use like Northern Lights and you can use Alamy. Northern Lights is great for hydration, or you can diffuse it at bedtime, especially in the winter when you have your heater on. Diffuse it at your bedtime and you'll notice that the air isn't as dry and you won't feel that drying air thing in your airway when you have the heat on, right? It's very hydrating for the skin. It's amazing. You can put it on directly on your skin. And for sacred frankincense and frankincense, I find it works very similarly. I prefer to use the sacred frankincense, but it's very similar. Sacred sandalwood or Hawaiian sandalwood, I like the Hawaiian sandalwood better. I feel like because of how long it needs to be before you can harvest it, I feel like the Royal Hawaiian sandalwood, it works better on me. You can experience it. I don't know, this time you can try Hawaiian sandalwood, the next time you can try sacred sandalwood and tell us the difference, right? I don't know. I think they're very similar. And then skincare, obviously, I love the foundation that we have. I usually put all of this on and then I put the foundation on. I use the brush. And as I said, Safi Minerals banned 2,500 cosmetic ingredients. So it's like super safe. I remember when they made Safi, our staff went to the factory to have their initial meeting. And this is a factory in France. They make all the high-end skincare makeup for the gigantic conglomerate companies. And when Young Living went there and said, hey, we want to develop a non-toxic, all-natural cosmetic series, and they laughed at them. And then like they were like really, Young Living was like really adamant about, we're not going to use anything that is toxic. We're not going to use any beetle skin. We're not going to use any gross stuff. We're not. And they laughed at Young Living and they said, well, people usually come in and say that's what they say, and then eventually they realize they can't find a color or they can't find something. They have to succumb to using some sort of chemicals, but we'll try to avoid it. And in the end, they realized, and when they launched Safi, when they finally finished Safi, the company said, wow, you guys really stick to what you say. Like, this is the cleanest ever product that we've ever made, and we didn't think it was possible. And you guys would rather not come up with a new color than to use a product, an ingredient that you think may be toxic or even mildly toxic. You guys are incredible. And we did it, right? We did the totally, fully non-toxic free, all natural skincare. I love this. The foundation. I actually make my own. I will show you here. I actually make my own compact. We have the cushion compact. I buy the empty cushion compact and then I squeeze the foundation in the bottom and then I put the cushion in and then I use that so I can bring it out. And then I DIY, I switch all my shadows, my blush, and my powder into compacts like this. Then it's much easier to use. I put all of these eyeshadow. It just fit into one of these round thing. You can get them from Amazon. You have to use what I do. People use alcohol. What I do, I have a video that I can share in the group. What I use is I use art toner as the liquid. I'll post a video in the group. And since before, when I just bought the Safi, I couldn't use it because it was like all over the place, right? When I opened the bottle. But once I found out how to transfer them into compacts. This is the only thing I use right now. It's so convenient. It's so convenient. It's so nice. And I can choose my own colors. Because yeah, anyway, so I love this, and I bought this clear top so that I can just see it through. I don't need a mirror in every box, right? Yeah, so this is just how I use my Safi now. And then hair, obviously, other than makeup, beautiful hair is important. So you know that we have oils that can help grow hair. Ningxia red silver thyme, super important for hair growth, super important. And cedarwood, very good, amazing. Silver thyme, definitely, you got to take it. Ningxia red also helps. And then the Mermaid challenge, you can do lavender, rosemary, and cedarwood, and you can add it together in a bottle. You can fill it up with I don't like to use alcohol. I like to use vodka. And then you can use water, like distilled water or mineral water. And then you can fill it up like half a bottle of distilled water. And then you can put like a quarter bottle of vodka. And then you can put like 20 drops, 30 drops each, and then spray it on your head before you go to bed. And then just massage a little bit, right? But don't forget to take your silver thyme, because that's your building blocks. Okay, if you do not have the building blocks, you can't grow hair. All right, again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not here to tell you how to grow your hair. It's just some experience from people who have done it. And even white hair turned black. And what gray hair, right? In English, you say gray hair turned black. So I would love for you guys to share your experience in this group. If you've used any of these skincare, how you use it, I would love to see. And please do share on your own Facebook group, #101 reasons for YL, what you've learned in this group, and then just make some posts. And then I will check out your Facebook post, and then I'll comment. Okay, well, that's it for today. Next week, we're going to be talking about essential oils and what I have at my home and what I use regularly. And until then, next week will be our last class, and I will sometimes, maybe I'll jump in, sometimes not, but I will see you all next week. If you have any questions, please do ask me down there. And oil up, and I'll see you again next week. And share with your friends. Bye.